Maybe you just been in a relationship for so long and you know sometimes it just gets a little stale. Well, here I am, ready to help you spice up your life, girl. Hey guys,
welcome back to my channel.
Fuck it.
Hello, thank you so much. Click. That was funny. Okay, thank you so much for clicking on this video, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ella Rose. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Join the family. I promise you are gonna love me. I love you already. Hey, wanna be friends? But yes, as you can see from the title of this video, honey, it's gonna be a little spicy, okay? It's gonna be a little spicy conversation, okay? We're gonna be talking about spicing up your love life. And when I talk about love, I mean, that's what I mean. We're not gonna be talking about love, not the love language. I haven't mastered it yet. No one will probably ever master it, but you know, you gotta do it the best way you know how. So we're not talking about that. We're talking about this kind of love, okay? Things happen. Things go stale. If you leave a bag of chips open in the cupboard for too long, it'll be stale. What was once crunchy, you now bite into it and it becomes like a sponge texture and it's not good. Nobody likes it. It could be your favorite types of chips. It could be like my favorite types of chips. Salt and vinegar. It's so good. I love it. I can eat a whole bag of salt and vinegar chips by myself. A big bag, family pack. But let's not talk about that. But if I leave that bag of chips in the cupboard, especially open, or even if it just expired a little bit, and I leave it in the cabinet and I forget about it, and I'm not showing it no love, it's just there and it's sitting in the lonely dark by itself, and then one day I'm like, ooh, I want some salt and vinegar chips. I got some in my cupboard, let me go get it. And then it's expired or I left it open or something, and I go to bite into one of those delicious chips that I love so much. I love so much. And then it doesn't crunch, it just, it's like biting into a dog treat or something. Bitten to a stale chip, it's just nasty. It's just nasty. But it's, you know, you love salt and vinegar chips, so how can it be this nasty, honey? It's because it went stale. Please don't let this happen to your love life, honey. Don't let this happen to. Do not leave the bag of chips open in the cupboard in the dark for months and months and neglect it. No, you have to love it. You have to love it and you have to eat it when it's fresh, honey. I don't mean anything by that. Don't eat it when it's fresh. I didn't mean that. I do well, yes, but you know, that's not what I meant to, you know, don't think nasty, stop. For me, I believe that some of the main reasons why, you know, sometimes people's love lives get stale, and again, I'm speaking on experiences and I'm speaking on my own opinion and everything. It's gonna be different for everybody. Everybody has different circumstances. But for me personally, I feel like a lot of reasons why certain love lives get stale is because I feel like sometimes, or one of the main reasons, because there's a lot of reasons that happen, but one of the main reasons is because I feel like people get too comfortable, okay? People get too comfortable. They think that that bag of chips is just gonna be fresh forever and it's gonna stay there forever until you're ready to have it. No, okay? You gotta eat that bag of chips before it expires, honey, because everybody has an expiration date. So they can either get too comfortable or they can get too used to the routine. You know, especially if you guys have been together, you know, marriage, and just long relationships, like it happens. Stuff gets so routine because you guys are so used to just being in this circle of just doing this, and then your own lives kind of, you know, make you do your own things and have to focus on your own things. And it happens. Sometimes this happens and it's okay. As long as you guys can recognize what's going on and come back together, I always feel like that's a good thing. But it's definitely, I feel like two of the main reasons why a lot of people's love lives do get a little bit stale is because either they get used to the routine or they get a little bit too comfortable and they kind of do some neglecting, even if they don't do it on purpose, which I do think that most people just don't do it on purpose. It just kind of happens. But you guys have to remember, you know, why you guys got together in the first place. Remember all those fun times and spontaneous and just adventurous times that you guys had in the beginning. Sometimes people really do just, not that they forget, but they kind of forget, you know, they forget what it feels like. You know, you always have the memory of it, but you forget how good it feels to just enjoy that person. So a good thing that you have to keep in mind when you're trying to like spice up your love life a little bit is that people grow, you grow, your spouse can grow. So you really have to think about that. And when I say grow, people can grow like mentally, maturity wise, independently, financially, and also sexually. Like people's what they like and what they don't like can change throughout the years, and you have to be okay with that as well. If you decided to love this person and you dedicated and committed yourself to this person, you have to be okay with this person growing themselves, and they have to be okay with you growing yourselves as well. Again, if this is something of you guys growing apart, that's a whole different subject, and you guys are just not compatible anymore. Like, I'm not saying just give up right away. If you guys are just too different, definitely try to work it out. But here we're talking about just the love life. So when growing in more of a sexual way, that means that, you know, people could maybe want to experience new things. They can maybe get, you know, something that they really liked in the beginning, maybe they don't like anymore, or maybe they still do like it, but they want to try to spice it up, try some new things. And I always think that that's okay. I always think in a relationship, sex isn't the most important thing, but it is definitely a very important factor. And I always say, always in a lot of my videos, I always say that you have to be open about talking about these things. You don't have to be open to the whole world the way I am. I just be talking about anything. You don't have to be open like that. If you want to be private about that, that's fine. But not with your partner. I don't believe anyone should be private about that with their partner, because that's who you're sharing those moments with. You're not doing it by yourself. You can't, well, you can, but you can if you want to, you can't if you want a successful relationship. So you definitely have to be open about what you want. If you want to try new things, you definitely have to talk about it. They might not be comfortable with these things. But again, you will never know unless you have a conversation, and you guys can always kind of compromise and come to an understanding of what you guys can both enjoy together. You definitely have to be open about things, because again, people can grow, people can change, and people can want to try new things. And I think sexually, that's always a safe place, and that's always an okay place to do things. You can maybe try things and maybe they didn't actually like it. They just thought they would like it, but you always have to just be open and have fun with it. That's the main thing. Sex is never gonna be a job. I never want it to be a job. I never want it to be like, oh my God, maybe we haven't done it in a while, so let me just roll over. And if I ever have a life like that, I'm gonna really have to like, wait a second. I'm gonna have to either think about this and be like, is this something that we even want to do together? Because I, again, being kind of like a sexual creature that I am as well, very open about it, I never want to have a sex life like that ever in my life, okay? So no, it should never be a job. And once it is, you should really try and question, the both of you guys can kind of sit down and question what the heck is going on, because it should never be like that. It is a fun thing. It is something that just, you're able to express your love in a different kind of way, and you're able to feel a different kind of connection. So a conversation is definitely going to be that long-winded thing. Yeah, the first tip is a conversation. Have a conversation and see where your partner is at sexually. Maybe they're not as sexually as advanced as you are, depending on your situation. So a conversation can go a long way. You can kind of see where they're at, what they want to try, what they've already tried in life. You'd be surprised about how many people have been together for a long time and maybe don't even know all of the things that they've done. And you know, because some people are just so weird about the sex conversation, but I'm not. I'm here to tell you it's okay to talk about it. I'm here to let you feel okay about it, because you don't even understand how much it can open up your world and your relationship and your chemistry with the person. Definitely have to be careful with who you share this experience with, but you know, if it's someone you feel comfortable with and you've been in a relationship with, yeah, no, just talk about it all the time. Not all the time, but you know what I mean. Another thing that you can try is to like just change it up. Just change it up. Like if you guys are maybe do have like a healthy sex life, but you know, it's kind of getting routine. It's like the old bang and sleep like you've been doing for a long time, same positions. It's kind of getting a little bit boring. I would say just have fun with it. Like Try doing it in new places. Try if you're bored and you've done it all over your house. Maybe try and take a weekend out somewhere in a hotel. Like you don't even know. Sometimes going to a hotel, even if you're not going anywhere like out of town or out of the country or out of the state or whatever, go to a hotel like down the street from your house. It just gives a whole new vibe. It's a new location. It could be fun. You can have fun with it. You can role play. You know, you could just kind of be a little extra romantic because it's kind of a romantic setting. Don't go to a motel. Go to a hotel. Of course, if you have the financials for it, don't just be spending money if you know that was supposed to be your electricity bill money. Don't do that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a hotel. It's just an example. Change the setting, change the locations of where you're doing things, you know? Just kind of spice up some things. Sex is supposed to be a fun thing, but it can get boring sometimes. And it may not have to do with any of you guys. Maybe you guys are still wanting to be with each other and still wanting to have that and still have that connection. And maybe things didn't get stale. You guys still want each other, but it's just kind of getting a little boring. This would be another time to maybe talk about new things that maybe you guys can both try. Or maybe if you guys haven't thought about doing any new things, try doing that. You know, watch some you know, X-rated movies together. Just spice things up that you've never done before. Maybe learn some new things, read about some new things. Just have fun with it. And remember that this is supposed to be a fun thing. It's not supposed to be anything that's routine, like a schedule or like a job. You know what I'm saying? It's just supposed to be fun. So definitely another tip that I have is for those who maybe things have gotten a little stale, or you know, maybe you guys still want each other, but just the sex part hasn't happened. You know, life happens sometimes. If you have kids, if you have you know busy careers, jobs and stuff like that. Sometimes things happen where sometimes the only time that you guys are in bed together, y'all sleeping. Okay, that is definitely okay. There's nothing, you know. It's life. It happens. But you know, if you're wanting to really try and get back together,
I hate these little holes in my hair. Like I don't know why that happens. Like I hate it.
I think doing small gestures go a long way. Like you don't have to throw this whole big romantic thing. You don't have to like light candles all over the house, flower petals, you know, sexy music all over. You don't have to do those are nice. You can still do that at times because you know we don't always have time to do things like that, but I'm saying small gestures go such a long way. Sometimes I feel like things go stale sometimes because maybe the person doesn't feel like they always are wanted. I know sometimes insecurities can come into play. You have kids, maybe you gained some weight, or maybe you lost some weight, or maybe your spouse gained some weight and lost some weight, and they might not be feeling their best. And if they're feeling that bad, maybe they're feeling that you don't see them the same way. So that's what I'm saying. Just remembering to show that person love with small gestures, whether that's just extra compliments. Fix my camera. Whether that's just extra compliments. When I say small gestures, I mean small gestures. Things that can be 100% free. Maybe you saw something that, you saw a flower that reminded you guys of a memory that you guys had and a moment that you guys had. Or you know that your person likes flowers. Even if you pick a free flower off of the ground and you brought it and you reminded them that you're thinking about them. You don't know how far that can go. People just want to know that they're loved by you and you're thinking about them the same way that they're thinking about you, you know? So again, even if you pick a flower, even if you pick up the person's favorite meal, and just spontaneously, again, extra compliments, they go a long way. Tell somebody how much you love when they wear their hair like that. You love when their hair is in a bun. You love when they wear that lip gloss. You love when they wear that perfume. You love when they wear that color. Like just little things like that that cost you nothing. Nothing but a few seconds of your life to show the person that you do care. Show the person that you are thinking about them and that you do want them. Because some people can just forget that feeling because you're just so used to the routine of life that they just forget. And doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything. It just means, you know, life happens and you guys are obviously maybe both lacking in some ways, whether that's communication or just forgetting that you are forgetting to show love to the other person. That's fine, it happens. But again, as long as you guys are able to catch it and be able to fix it. I always say that one of the best things to do, besides small gestures, this is one of my favorite, but another thing is just to be spontaneous. Just be spontaneous, adventurous, just do things out of the blue. Like, you know, not everybody's the same. Of course, you have to take this advice and see how it applies to your life, but I always show examples and always speak on my own experiences. Again, sometimes people may not feel wanted, or people may forget how you feel about them. So like, when you're trying to do it in a very sexual way, if you want to like really get your message across, like, girl, I want you, or you want to be like, boo, I want you. Like, little things can like really help. Like let's say the woman is cooking in the kitchen and you're the male, and you wanna let them know that, like, oh girl, you look good and I want you tonight, or maybe right now. Let them noodles boil. We'll be back. Just go behind them, hug them, caress them a little bit, kiss them on their neck or their favorite spot, wherever that is. Like, do little things like that. Maybe grab their booty, but squish it a little bit. Just show them that you want them. I know sometimes, depending on well, again, what the situation is, some people can feel like maybe you do want them sexually, but the love and emotional part is missing. That's a whole different subject. I wouldn't maybe do too much sexual stuff when that emotional, you know, love connection is missing. That's not what we're talking about. When maybe you guys know that you love each other, know that you guys are happy with each other, but the sex, the love making is missing, and that's what's getting stale. Show more of that. Whatever you're lacking in, show more of that. Always have a healthy balance of everything that you need, but whatever's lacking, you have to make sure that you're showing that thing some special attention. Just be spontaneous like that. Maybe it's something you don't do often, but it'll just remind them, like, hey girl, or hey boy, you looking real good. You're looking real good, and I want you. I still want you, honey. I still want you. So things like that. Again, spontaneous. Maybe you guys are driving home from work together. Maybe let's say you pick your spouse up from work and you're just like, hey, let's go. It's Friday. Let's go watch a movie in the drive-thru. I love the drive-thru. If you guys have a drive-thru near your house, that's a great way to be spontaneous, have a little bit of fun. You could get some food and have it in the car, and it's just you two. And maybe it's not like a real fancy thing. Like, drive-thru movie theaters are mad cheap. They're here in Florida, they're like $7. That's a great thing to do, to just like have conversations. You guys can talk, enjoy something together, enjoy food. And if you have tinted windows, if you want to wait till you get home, that's cool. But if you have tinted windows, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. So I'm gonna leave it there. Kind of just do things out the blue to remind your boo you want that booty. Just, you have to remember, like, sometimes women are complicated, sometimes men are complicated, sometimes relationships are complicated. A lot of people just, we have feelings. That's just the way that you humans are. Sometimes we're complicated, sometimes we don't share, sometimes we overshare. Nothing is gonna be down to a science. There's not gonna be one answer that's gonna fix your problems, all of your problems at once. There's never gonna be a fix all, you know what I'm saying? These are still things that you're gonna have to work on, and even if you fix it and, you know, down the road the same issue happens again, that's okay. Again, life gets in the way sometimes. I play with my hair a lot when it's down because I always feel like it's messed up or flat. But yeah, you know, you just have to be able to want to work at it. You know, if it's something where you guys maybe come to an agreement that it's just not working anymore, that's okay too. Like, it's never not okay to come to an agreement to like let a situation go or a relationship go. That's okay. That just means that you guys grew. It just happened that you guys grew apart. There's nothing wrong with that. Not one person, you don't get with one person and you're automatically with them for the rest of your life. That's not how life works. Sometimes you have to go through a few relationships before you meet a soulmate or somebody who you're gonna marry, or whatever you guys believe in, or however you guys look at this crazy thing called love. So again, if none of these work, if none of the tips that I have in this video work, either way, I think you should always start and you should always end with a conversation. If you guys have tried all these things and the spark is still not there, or somebody's still not feeling wanted, or you're both still not just feeling the attractions towards each other, again, you guys have to have a conversation about it. It might be uncomfortable, it might be a breakup conversation, or it might be the best conversation of your life that maybe it turns into marriage, or maybe it turns your marriage better, or maybe whatever it is, a conversation. A conversation. you don't understand how much a conversation can go a long way. And a lot of people are just not having them, especially in this day and age with like technology and all the stuff that just like to like pull us in all kinds of different directions. People just forget sometimes to just have a simple conversation and talk is the only way to know how the person is feeling. So that is all that I have for this video. If anybody is going through this struggle or know how or have other tips to kind of get through the struggle because you've been through it in past relationship, current relationships, or whatever, go ahead and comment down below. I always feel like these videos are safe spaces so that we can all talk about this. If you ever want to hit me up on any of my other social medias, they're always either on the screen somewhere or down in the description every time. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications because you don't be wanting to miss out. I'll be giving y'all gems sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'll be surprised at myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang. But I love you guys so much, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye.